Okay, I am starting out with my Bare Minerals Primetime BB Primer. This is one of my favorite primers from the entire collection. This is in the shade Light. Obviously, can we take a moment to embrace the albino skin? It's poppin'. Moving on to my foundation, I'm using the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Foundation with the Bare Minerals Smoothing Face Brush. Now, this was the brush they designed for Complexion Rescue, and I absolutely despised it with Complexion Rescue. I just kind of thought that it really didn't do the job well, and I actually just discovered last week that it works amazingly with my bare skin foundation and any type of fuller coverage foundation. Since it is more of a stippling brush, it does a really good job of just working that fuller pigment or more concentrated pigment into the skin and making it look like a skin-like appearance. Now, I still use my Bare Minerals Precision Face Brush. I still like that. But if you bought the smoothing face brush and you weren't really a fan of it with Complexion Rescue, I would highly suggest trying it with your fuller coverage foundations. For concealer, I'm using the Bare Minerals Correcting Concealer in the shade Light 2, and I have had really bad under eye puffs recently, not dark circles, just when I wake up in the morning, there is a puff like the size of a cheese puff. It is ridiculous. So I'm just further concealing my under eye area with that concealer, and it does a really good job of hiding those puffy areas and just getting rid of any extra discoloration. For my blush, I'm using the new Bare Minerals Pop of Passion blush. This one is in the shade Papaya Passion. It's the only one that I actually haven't tried yet. This was my first time using it, and it's a really pretty peachy color, and I'm applying it with my beauty blender because I think that's the best way to apply these blush balms. And also, do not try to apply these with powder. They turn out a hot mess. I have to apply them first before I do my powders, or they will just kind of swipe away your powder. So make sure you do that before any powder. To set it all, I'm using my Bare Minerals Hydrating Mineral Veil. Now here, had to sneeze a couple times. Now here you can top the blush balm off with a powder. I don't really find that is a problem. It's just whenever I go in on top of powders with the blush balm, it just ends up not working out. So just a suggestion if you do have those blushes or are interested in them. To bronze my skin, I'm using the trusty Warmth. I've been using the Warmth in a lot of my videos recently. It's just been sitting on my desk. I haven't really traded it out for any other bronzer recently. It's just kind of been my go-to, and it's just really an old faithful, a old staple in the Bare Minerals collection, and I am a fan of it whether I'm tan, in between, or super fair. One of my favorite bronzers. Moving on to the eyes, I'm taking my Bare Minerals 5-in-1 BB Shadow Primer in the shade Soft Shell, and I'm just using that as my eyeshadow primer today and blending it out all over my lids. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow primers. I think it does an amazing job. I like it a lot better than the original Bare Minerals primer. I don't know, just something about it seems to work better for me. So I am using loose shadows for this eye tutorial because I get that requested a lot, and the only reason I avoid it is because a lot of my shadows are limited edition. I hate to say it, the one I'm using right now is limited edition. I've been working for Bare for 4 years now, so most of the shadows that I have obtained have came in kits. The one I'm using right now is called Salted Caramel, and I will list some dupes down below from the Bare Minerals Permanent line that you can use in place of the ones that I'm using. Now, the shadow I'm using right now is a permanent color. It's called Summer, and it's just a really pretty gold shade. I'm just placing that onto my entire lid with my finger. I love using the shimmery shadows with my finger. I think they press onto the eye a lot better as opposed to using a traditional brush. And to darken up my eyes, I'm using another limited shade called Spiced Fig, and this actually, they brought this back for a little while, I think, but I'm not 100% sure if it's back into the collection. I don't think that it is. It's very similar to Patio Party Shadow Liner, which is, if you've been a Bare Minerals fan for years, then you will know what I'm talking about. If you're new to Bare Minerals, you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but it's just a really pretty dark, chocolate brown color, and it does have a bit of shimmer to it. So I just applied that to the outer part of my eye and just swept a little bit into my crease. This is one of my favorite eye looks whenever I do use the loose shadows. Just a simple, everyday kind of bronzy eye look. I think it's great for summertime and just an everyday makeup look in general. I'm tightlining my eyes with the Bare Minerals Lasting Line eyeliner in the shade Lasting Brown. This is one of my favorite colors from the entire eyeliner collection, and I think it's just a great, again, everyday brown color. I'm sweeping that out, or kind of smudging that out with Spiced Fig again, just on a pencil brush to further define my eyes. And I just popped on some Bare Minerals Flawless Definition Mascara, and that completes the entire eye look. I don't use my loose shadows as often as I should. They are so easy to blend, so easy to create an everyday, just super easy eye look. So I'm really glad that I decided to finally do a loose shadow tutorial for you guys. For my lips, I use the Buxom lipstick in the shade Monte Carlo. Now, Buxom is a line from Bare Minerals if you weren't familiar, so I am considering it still Bare Minerals, and I'm using the Dani Buxom lip gloss, which has been always one of my favorite colors. So that is it for the tutorial. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Feel free to leave me your requests down below, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!